Yeah, okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So we are from Group 5 and my name is Fadil Rahman and my partner is
My name is Zacharias Wongkar.
yeah. So today we are going to show you about our presentation. So the title of our presentation is Implementing Configuring Advanced Windows Server Services in NetCafe. So let's begin.
Yeah. Welcome to our project. In this project, we are configuring the DNS and DHCP. We also configure the IP address management or EPAM and the DAC, Dynamic Access Controller. And we are configuring Active Directory services. And the last is we configuring Hyper-V and disaster recovery or backups. Okay, so this is the first the DNS. This is the display of the DNS manager. DNS or the domain name system. We use at our server, the COM server. Here you can see these are our DNS IP. So what is DNS? DNS is a domain name system used for storing information and hosts, also domain in databases and widely spread in computer server. Next.
Yeah, okay. Next is DHCP or Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol. So as you can see, as from the picture, this is the DHCP Windows looks like. So on our project, we configure the superscope named Europe server and a multicast scope named video conferencing. So what is DHCP? So DHCP is a devices that make an IP address more easy to be accessed to a network for every host and client without manually shared. Okay, next.
Next is EPAM or IP address management. As you can see in the picture, this is the result of the completing of installation of EPAM. In EPAM, we can achieve the DHCP for DHCP servers, the DNS for DNS servers, and the NPS for the domain controller. And also few another group task and so on. In this EPAM, we can manage the IP from the device or client or host. So for simplifies, we can say that EPAM is a managed device that used to manage and modify information about IP. Next.
Okay, so now is DAC or Dynamic Access Control. So as you can see from the picture, this is how the Active Directory Administrative Center looks like. Okay, so what is DAC? So DAC is where it allows an administrator to control and audit access and usage of file in file server by use of one network. So okay, so right here there is a two picture. The first picture is about auditing entry for global file SACL. So in our project, we choose for the principal is the everyone. The type is all, and for permission, we choose all of it. So for the add a condition to limit the scope of the auditing entry. So for the first is we choose the resources, next department, next is equal, value, and finance. So for the second picture, permissions entry for purpose permissions. So for the principal is the authenticate user. The type is allow. So for basic permissions, we only choose the read and execute and also read. Okay, next.
Okay. Next is the Active Directory Domain Services. This is the first time of the installation of the Active Directory domain services. As you can see, the installation progress is configuring or yeah, it's installing. So the Active Directory domain service is the platform to gain access for domain and the forest. And next is the server manager. As you can see, there are two server manager. The first is the server manager of our parent domain, and the second is the server manager for our child domain. As you can see, our parent domain is the domain of computerserver.com, is our main server. So everything client and host will be attached with this server. And the second server is the cabang computerserver.com, our second server. So this server is our parent domain and this our child domain. Okay, next.
Yeah. Okay. So now we are moving to the Hyper-P. Hyper-P. Okay. Hyper-P is a virtualization from Microsoft for server, core, and processor. It provides a tools and services that can use for the scene of virtualization server. From the picture, as you can see, here's the step of you to installing the Hyper-V using the PowerShell. Okay, next.
Next, after you install the Hyper-V, we use the PowerShell method. Here, the Hyper-V manager the window of the Hyper-V, as you can see. You can add new, import, settings, edit, stop services, remove server, and so on. And this is our Hyper-V manager, our COM server, or our domain. The Hyper-V manager of the VM server is this. Yeah, next.
Yeah. Okay, so now we're moving for the implementing the disaster recovery or a backup. So for the picture, you can see this is the first step of installation of the implementing disaster recovery. So if, on the picture, this is the feature is already been installed. Okay, next.
Next, this is the backups once wizard, or you can say the place or the location to store the data from our server. So if you want to backup the server, you need to choose our location. Like we choose the users at C drive, and the picture at the picture the location will be shown in the table like this. Next.
Okay, so now is the backup schedule wizard. So as you can see here on the picture, we choose the backup time at 11 p.m. and the file execute is known. Advanced option is VSS full backup and backup destination is server 2 backup. And for the backup item is bare metal recovery, host component, local disk, system reserved, and system state. Okay.
Okay, so that's all from our group. This is our project about implementing configuration of advanced server. I hope this project can be useful for all the leaders and the viewers. My name is Zacharias Wongkar and my friend.
Yep, Faidul Rahman.
Yeah, thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much. Aduh, gue ngeblank.